Right now at 5, as Dane County moves into phase 2, health officials say it's more important than ever to follow coronavirus basics.
At least 17 people are displaced following a morning fire. We'll have the latest on the investigation.
Plus, Supreme Court makes a landmark ruling saying federal law protects LGBTQ workers from discrimination.
This is News 3 Now at 5.
And thanks for staying with us. Right now, Dane County is officially in phase 2 of its Forward Dane reopening plan.
Phase 2 allows restaurants, gyms, and retailers to operate at 50% capacity. Outdoor gatherings of 100 people will also be allowed, and indoor gatherings up to 50 people can happen. But people still have to maintain social distancing. Health officials will evaluate their gating criteria in 2 weeks to see if Dane County can move into phase 3 of reopening. Phase 3 would allow grocery stores, restaurants, shopping centers to boost their capacity limits to 70%. The county will not be able to move into phase 4 until there is a COVID-19 vaccine.
And Wisconsin is continuing to see fewer new cases of COVID-19 reported compared to previous weeks. New data from state and county health officials brings the statewide total number of confirmed COVID-19 cases to 22,991. 73% of those who've tested positive have fully recovered. 3 more people have passed away, bringing the state's death toll to 698. Today, 2.8% of new coronavirus tests came back positive. Over the past 2 weeks, the percent of new positive cases peaked at just over 4%.
With this change, the local public health department wants to remind us that the guidelines that we should all be following, like hand washing and social distancing, have not gone away.
Amy Reed live downtown to explain why they say it matters now more than ever. Amy?
This way. This new phase comes with risks, and it's on all of us to make sure that we take the responsibility to make sure that it goes as well as it can. And that means that you still wear your mask when you're in groups, wash your hands often, stay 6 feet away from other people, and stay home when you're sick. With time and as we've worked through these phases, it might have gotten a little more difficult to keep at this. There are also these large demonstrations that we keep seeing, and so far we have not seen a spike from that or other protests yet. Public health says that's credited to people sticking with guidelines, and that's a lesson that we should remember.
I think that it's easy when we get to a place like this where we may start thinking, well, things are working and we don't need to do what we've been doing all along. But really, we need to remember it's because we've been doing the right thing all along that we're here.
A reminder, too, that public health is using metrics from 2-week periods to make these decisions, and if those metrics show that we should move back in phases, they can do that. They want us all to remember that this virus is just as infectious, just as dangerous as it was just a few months ago.
Amy Reed live tonight. Amy, thank you.
Meanwhile, across the nation, at least 14 states that have seen recent spikes in hospitalizations. At least 19 states reported increases in their average new COVID-19 cases compared to about 2 weeks ago. The University of Wisconsin system says students, faculty, and staff will be allowed to return to campus for the fall 2020 semester. UW system president Ray Cross says campuses are preparing an environment that reduces risk for a safe return amid the pandemic. Recommendations from the Plan Ahead team include only having some courses meet in person, having classes with 50 or more students move fully online, and optimizing classroom usage through evening and weekend classes. Now, while UW system schools are planning to have students back in the fall, it remains unclear what the future of sports will be. Brian Lucas from the UW Athletic Department says while we are encouraged by the UW system announcement, we continue to work with local and campus health officials on plans for our fall sports season.
Phase 2 of the Forward Dane reopening plan allows playgrounds to be open. City of Madison website says that you may continue to see closed signs at some playgrounds because it may take crews a few weeks to open all of them. Many parents say it's nice to have a little freedom back.
They've been at home, since everything that started with the pandemic, so the daycares and everything was closed. So they've just been trapped in the house, so now they have some freedom.
City officials say to continue to use social distancing, wash your hands, or use hand sanitizer after you're at any park. Drinking fountains will stay closed. Restaurants, however, restrooms, I should say, will still be open. A mild summer day, warm up coming our way. Let's check your first warn forecast. Here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
Yeah, we had a nice but rather cool weekend, but those temperatures will continue to show their warming trend over the next few days. As we take a look, first of all, at the live view from the Platteville-Quimby Radio Skycam, you can see mostly sunny skies over southwestern Wisconsin. There were a few clouds that drifted in, but those have started to fade apart, and at this point, we'll be looking at skies becoming mostly clear. Nearest showers are in northern Minnesota, but those are moving to the northeast away from us. Temperatures right now are in the middle to upper 70s for the most part. Cooler near Lake Michigan, an easterly breeze there, keeping temperatures in the upper 60s close to the Lake Michigan shoreline. Look for skies become mostly clear overnight. Temperatures will drop into the lower 50s by early tomorrow morning. Tomorrow will be a sunny and warmer day with our high temperature at 84, and get used to it. The warm weather will be around for the rest of the week, but it'll be dry at least through Thursday. I'll have more details on weather in a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. Fire officials say 17 people have been displaced after a fire on Madison's north side. Crews responded to a structure fire. This was in the 3700 block of East Carson's Drive about 8:45 this morning. Dane County Dispatch confirmed there was heavy smoke showing from one side of this building. Firefighters say no one was hurt. The cause remains under investigation.
A Madison man was arrested on Friday accused of trafficking a child. Detectives with the Special Victims Unit and members of MPD SWAT served a warrant at an apartment along the 1000 block of Colby Street last week. Police say 50-year-old Brian Lamphy was arrested for trafficking a child. Officers say the investigation involves a 15-year-old.
Protests continue in Atlanta today after the deadly police shooting of a black man on Friday night. Body cam footage shows two officers trying to arrest 27-year-old Rayshard Brooks. This is again Friday night after he failed a field sobriety test. They struggled. Brooks wrestled away one of the officers' tasers and took off running. Officer Garrett Rolfe chased him. Brooks fired the taser. The officer fired his handgun, killing Brooks.
People ask, how could this have ended? Why did he resist? Why it could have ended there? Well, it also could have ended here. I can walk. My sister's house is right here.
Now, Rolfe has been fired. Devin Brosnan, the officer who initially responded, has been placed on administrative duty.
In the midst of ongoing protests, Madison City Council members will have to decide whether the police department should get $50,000 to buy less lethal projectile launchers and other equipment.
Council members will make that decision at tomorrow's meeting. Amanda Quintana is here with the details and what Police Chief Vic Wall says about that request. Amanda?
Currently, that money is in the budget for the Midtown District Police Station, but the department wants it moved to buy police intervention equipment. Chief Wall says the $50,000 will go towards buying less lethal impact projectile launchers, tasers, ammunition, equipment, and funding to train instructors and armorers. He says this is the final step in the department's less lethal initiative, and it's a response to recommendations from the ad hoc committee that evaluated the department. In a statement, he quoted that recommendation that says MPD should consider acquisition and training in additional well-developed, less lethal tools, such as newer options for chemical sprays and better, safer kinetic weapons. So he says this request will increase the immediate availability of less lethal force options to officers responding to critical incidents. Wall says the goal is to have a less lethal launcher in every squad car to reduce the chances that officers will have to use deadly force.
Amanda Quintana tonight. Amanda, thank you. The Supreme Court with a landmark ruling today protecting LGBTQ people from job discrimination.
On a 6-3 vote, the court ruled the Civil Rights Act covers gay and transgender workers. The Supreme Court action is expected to have a major impact for an estimated 8.1 million workers in the U.S.
It doesn't matter whether you work in Illinois or Missouri. It doesn't matter whether or not you are in Ohio or Indiana. You will now have the full protection of federal law.
Justices Samuel Alito, Clarence Thomas, and Brett Kavanaugh dissented. Justice Kavanaugh wrote, "We are judges, not members of Congress. Our role is not to make or amend the law." But in the majority opinion, Justice Neil Gorsuch wrote, "An employer who fires an individual merely for being gay or transgender defies the laws."
An Outreach LGBT Community Center in Madison says it is ecstatic with this decision, saying it's a milestone for equal rights. Mark Hargrove, Program Director at Outreach, says the decision creates another way of moving forward and progressing in equality, but says there's still more work that needs to be done.
So right now, we're moving on to equal rights for LGBTQ plus people, but now we're still fighting the rights for people of color, especially those who are a person of color who is trans or a part of the LGBTQ plus community, or just transgender rights in general. We still have a long way to go in terms of making sure that transgender individuals are protected in terms of health care and insurance and what have you.
Governor Evers reacting to that decision on Twitter saying, quote, "This is great news for LGBTQ identified folks across our state and country. No one should have to worry about being fired for who they love or how they identify." Ahead at 5, we're learning more about smoking as it relates to susceptibility and severity of COVID-19. And ahead at 6, how insufficient education on Black history and racial injustice in our K-12 schools is impacting our communities. Again, that's tonight at 6. And on Wall Street, after the ups and downs of last week, the Dow surging to start the week with a 158-point gain. The Nasdaq strong, up 137 points. S&P added 25. We'll be right back.
The 17th Annual Madison Area Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns, featuring newly constructed homes in 5 of Dane County's most sought-after neighborhoods. The newest trends, tech, and designs. Visit MadisonParadeOfHomes.com for more information.
Slumberland's huge clearance event. Massive markdowns all over. Closeouts, floor samples, one-of-a-kind items. Plus, get totally free doorstep shipping. Hurry into our huge clearance event and save. Only at Slumberland Furniture.
Your course, your way, your lakes. Support Clean Lakes Alliance with a virtual Loop the Lake ride, walk, run, or whatever in your own neighborhood. Registration includes a soft lands and tea. Kids 10 and under get a free shirt with a paid adult. This socially distanced event is a great way to help the lakes and keep safe this summer. Register at cleanlakesalliance.org. We may not be able to gather, but we can still come together virtually and support our lakes.
Though challenges surround us, life still goes on. There's still time to dream, still plans to be made. And if you're retiring soon, still deadlines to be met. We talk with people every day who need to replace their employer benefits when they retire. We can answer your questions too, so you can feel good about the decisions you make. For a retirement benefits checklist, visit us online or call Physicians Mutual Insurance Company today.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Here's to all the farm and fleet dads, the ones who get the job done right and take the time to pass it on. This Father's Day, give him a gift you know he'll love from the store dads love, Blaine's Farm and Fleet. For the casual dads, save $5 on all Columbia sportswear. For Dad's Lawn, save $100 on this Cub Cadet riding mower. And for Dad's Workshop, get $100 off this 20-gallon air compressor. Plus, get a free hat when you spend $50 or more in our sporting goods department.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Slumberland's huge mattress clearance event. Crazy markdowns on all kinds of mattresses, like a Sealy Queen mattress as low as $149. Plus, overstocks, closeouts, floor samples. Hurry to Slumberland's clearance mattress event. Don't miss out.
The 17th Annual Madison Area Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns, featuring newly constructed homes in 5 of Dane County's most sought-after neighborhoods. The newest trends, tech, and designs. Visit MadisonParadeOfHomes.com for more information.
Patty says things are going to get warmer and muggier in the next couple of days.
And Madison City Council will be talking about setting up a civilian oversight board for police. We'll tell you what they would be in charge of doing.
See you from 4:30 to 7 Tuesday.
Trust us to get it right.
To keep you prepared
when severe weather is on the way
and your family's safety is on the line.
Our team and technology are ready to help you stay safe.
Trust the First Warn Weather Team on News 3 Now.
A new study reveals how smoking and vaping could put you at a greater risk of getting coronavirus.
And it can also make the symptoms more severe. Charlotte Deleste is here now with the details. Charlotte?
Susan and Eric, UW Health doctors are really urging people in the midst of the pandemic to seek help quitting, saying this is just another reason why they should. They say smoking anything causes lung inflammation and lowered immune function, meaning smoking either traditional cigarettes or e-cigarettes not only increases your likelihood of catching coronavirus, but also puts you at higher risk of experiencing more severe forms of COVID-19. That holds true for all ages.
Who gets sick with coronavirus? And certainly the elderly appear to be at the highest risk, but there's lots of reports of young people becoming extremely sick with coronavirus. So again, I think it's one of those situations where you want to say, how can I be the most healthy in the era of this pandemic?
A study earlier this month from the World Health Organization cited a study of hospitals around the world suggesting smokers have nearly double the likelihood of hospital death than non-smokers. Dr. Williams with UW Health says as they learn more about how the virus attacks the lungs and what we know about the toxicity of nicotine and vaping liquids, he says there is no better time to quit smoking.
Charlotte, thank you. Sauk County is continuing to hold free testing. On Thursday, the Wisconsin National Guard will be conducting free drive-through testing at Baraboo High School. Testing will be from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. Sauk County health officials say no appointment is needed and you don't have to have symptoms if you want to get a test.
The American Red Cross is testing blood, platelet, and plasma donations for COVID-19 antibodies for a limited time. The new antibody testing will determine if the donor's immune system has created antibodies to fight coronavirus, regardless of whether or not they showed any symptoms. The test will be conducted using a sample drawn at the time of donation. Results are expected to be ready within 7 to 10 days of donating. The U.S. Department of Transportation says it's going to distribute almost 100 million masks for its workers to help curb the spread. The masks were secured by FEMA. Last month, the DOT said 15.5 million masks would go to transportation workers all across the country. The majority of this latest batch, upwards of 86 million, will go to airports. An additional 10 million will go to Amtrak and various transit agencies.
Prices at the pump have risen for the 6th straight week. Gas Buddy says the average cost of a gallon of gas is now $2.10 nationwide, but in Madison it's around $1.79 a gallon. In April, gasoline hit a low of $1.74 on average. Still, compared to last summer, prices are about 70 cents less per gallon than a year ago. Analysts expect gas prices to continue to creep up. Let's get a check on the weather now. Gary is here watching the forecast and a nice string of sunny days and a little warmer today, Gary.
Yeah, not much to really have to worry about. The live view from the WIC Skycam looking off toward the southwest shows plenty of sunshine, and that trend will continue for the next few days. The nearest showers are up in northern Minnesota, and notice they're heading to the northeast, so we're going to stay dry for at least several more days. In fact, 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Look for sunny conditions, high temperatures in the 80s, probably mid-80s for tomorrow, and upper 80s, close to 90 for Wednesday and Thursday. The humidity levels will start to increase Thursday night, but especially on Friday into the weekend, and that will lead to some shower and thunderstorm chances for the second half of the week, probably beginning Thursday night, but more likely for Friday, Saturday, and unfortunately Father's Day for Sunday. As we take a look at weather track across the Pacific Ocean, the jet stream remaining in a northerly pattern. Notice the weather systems heading up toward the Gulf of Alaska. So for the time being, the weather pattern should stay relatively quiet across much of the country. Weather system in the Pacific Northwest will head into southern Canada. For the most part, we're going to stay with this warming trend as that jet stream continues to push north. Notice we've been under the northerly or northwesterly wind flow over the weekend, keeping our temperatures cool. That has shifted off to the east, so that's starting the warm up. And with time, we'll start to see a little more humidity, but that'll take a while to get here. You can see a couple of fronts out to the west, the stationary front dividing warm air from pretty hot air out to the west, and then a weak cold front to the west that will probably fizzle out with time, but neither of those fronts is generating much in the way of precipitation. In fact, as we take a look at the low temperatures this morning, you can see the dry air allowed us to cool off into the mid-40s here in Madison, Green Bay 46, Rhinelander 42, and there were even places that were in the upper 30s over northern lower Michigan and up near the Wisconsin-Michigan state line. But farther out to the west, the more typical weather with a little more humidity, keeping temperatures in the 60s for overnight low temperatures. So that's a pretty big contrast. And right now, while we're pretty comfortable, close to Lake Michigan, temperatures are in the upper 60s, but generally we're in the 70s to around 80. But notice you don't have to get too far out to the west to see those temperatures jump up into the upper 80s to around 90 degrees. Dew point temperatures are also climbing out to the west, but right now that higher dew point air, the more humid air, not coming directly at us. It's heading more to the north and northeast. So it's going to take a little while for our air to start getting humid enough to support shower and thunderstorm chances. On future track, you can see those clouds just kind of fizzling out as they push into the drier air across Wisconsin, even though winds continue out of the south. With time, though, notice as we head into Wednesday, those winds will continue out of the south, and by Thursday, we'll start to see some shower and thunderstorm chances out to the west. Chances are they probably won't reach us until sometime perhaps Thursday night or Friday at the earliest. So as we look at our forecast for tomorrow, look for a high of 84 degrees, so mostly sunny and warmer compared to today. And as we look at the 7 to 10 day forecast, those temperatures temperatures go up to near 90 for Wednesday and Thursday. The humidity levels will still stay down, though, so it won't feel terribly hot, but we'll see a thunderstorm chance beginning on Thursday night as the humidity level starts to creep back up. And then for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, Father's Day, we'll see some scattered shower and thunderstorm chances. Temperatures will be in the middle 80s. I don't think it'll be a weekend washout, but you'll have to dodge the showers and thunderstorms. Humidity levels will drop for next week. That'll lead to lesser chances in the way of rain, a chance of a shower or thunderstorm Monday, just a slight chance on Wednesday or Thursday, a more typical summertime pattern. As we take a look at first warn traffic right now, well, things very quiet on the Beltline. There's the view of Park Street at the Beltline. You can see traffic moving very steadily in both directions. Right now, not seeing any issues on the Beltline. Looks like there might have been a disabled vehicle around Monona Drive. Otherwise, things moving pretty steadily as far as the travel times are concerned. About a 14 to 15-minute trip in either direction between University Avenue and the interstate on the Beltline. Heading out of Madison, 25 minutes down to Janesville from the Beltline southward on I-3990. Out to Sauk City on US 12, it'll take you 16 minutes, and also 16 minutes on East Washington Avenue and US 151 to Sun Prairie. That's your News 3 Now first warn traffic.
Gary, thank you. Ahead at 5, another professional sport says it'll start the season in July. Another may not have a season. More details ahead after the break.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5. News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Wells Asphalt Paving, expert paving for over 40 years. Now offering $250 off your asphalt paving project. For residential and commercial, from new construction to replacements. Call today and save at Wells Asphalt Paving.
We asked real customers what they really love about Spectrum Internet and TV.
Spectrum Internet has the fastest speeds for everything I do.
There is no turning wheel. It's immediate.
Spectrum is the fastest. Bam.
Get the fastest download speeds with the most reliable performance with Spectrum Internet, delivering starting speeds of 200 megabits. That's more than enough for all your devices for $44.99 a month. Call 833-906-4499.
I can't get over how much on-demand Spectrum has. I can literally watch a new movie every night.
I got all my shows, and he's got all his shows.
With the Spectrum TV app, I can watch live TV anywhere. It's perfect.
Add Spectrum TV and enjoy more free HD and more free on-demand. Plus, use the Spectrum TV app to watch live TV on the go, all from $44.99 a month. Call 833-906-4499.
The fact that they don't have contracts, that says a lot about their service.
Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each with no contracts. Install Spectrum services yourself. Get a self-installation kit shipped right to your home. Call 833-906-4499.
Today, some things do stand firm. Those you can lean on, the things that matter, and the importance of you being you. That's why, no matter the type of care you need, or the way you need it, we're here every day, safe and ready. Because wherever you are in your world, you're the focus of ours. Safe care your way. Unity Point Health Merida, a partner of UW Health. Know how much you matter to this world.
My wife has always been there for me, 46 years. But now it's my turn to take care of the love of my life. I know a Grace will help me take the very best care of her.
Just call. A Grace will help.
At Papa Murphy's, we knead seriously, chop seriously, and shred seriously. Because we're serious about Tuesdays, even if you're not. Every Tuesday, get a large pizza for just $10. Papa Murphy's. Change the way you pizza.
Steinhafels is now open. Celebrate our grand reopening with amazing deals priced to sell out. We have the largest selection of furniture and mattresses at the guaranteed lowest prices, like this Lazy Boy rocker recliner rock bottom price $299.99. This Chase sofa or queen bed each just $699.99. Power Theater sofa now $13.99. Plus take an extra 10% off all in-stock patio. Plus get free no-contact shipping. Hurry in to get amazing savings at Steinhafels' biggest grand reopening sale ever.
For the latest coronavirus reports and breaking news, watch News 3 Now and go to Channel 3000 to sign up for our daily email newsletter. Get the facts and tips to keep your family safe. News 3 Now, your local coronavirus headquarters.
Wells Asphalt Paving, expert paving for over 40 years. Now offering $250 off your asphalt paving project. For residential and commercial, from new construction to replacements. Call today and save at Wells Asphalt Paving.
The Big Ten has created a voter registration initiative to go along with its anti-hate and anti-racism coalition. The conference hopes its 14 schools and thousands of student athletes can leverage their platform to spur social change. Big Ten Commissioner Kevin Warren says he hopes the nonpartisan program will encourage student athletes to become part of the electoral process.
The WNBA has announced plans to play an abbreviated 22-game season in Florida beginning in late July. The league still finalizing a partnership with IMG Academy in Bradenton to play the games at the facility, possibly some others nearby. Those games would be played with no fans in attendance. The WNBA would use its regular playoff format, with the top 8 teams making the postseason, the first 2 rounds being single elimination. A 36-game season that was supposed to start May 15th was delayed because of the pandemic.
While the NBA, the WNBA, and Major League Soccer have a plan in place to begin the season, Major League Baseball still does not. The chance that there will be no season increased substantially today when the commissioner's office told the Players Association it will not proceed with a schedule unless the union waives its right to claim management violated a March agreement between the feuding sides. Baseball Commissioner Robert Manfred said ahead of last week's amateur draft that the chance of the season was 100%.
The date for the rescheduled Kenny Chesney concert at Miller Park has been set now. Chesney will play in Milwaukee May 8th of next year. He was scheduled to play Miller Park this summer, but of course that had to be canceled due to COVID-19. He's played at Miller Park 3 other times. Tickets are on sale right now. You can find them at brewers.com.
Red carpet ceremonies and Oscar announcements have been pushed back by almost 2 months. Organizers say the 2021 Oscars will be held on April 25th, not in February as originally planned. That is the first postponement of the Oscars in 40 years, and the pandemic is to blame. The Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences is also extending the eligibility window for movies that would qualify for Oscars.
Then stay with us. We'll have a final check of your first warn forecast in just a moment.
The 17th Annual Madison Area Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns, featuring newly constructed homes in 5 of Dane County's most sought-after neighborhoods. The newest trends, tech, and designs. Visit MadisonParadeOfHomes.com for more information.
Save big on garage essentials and get 11% off everything at Menards. Keep your home and cars clean with this 1.5-gallon shop vac. With a 2-peak horsepower motor, it tackles tough messes, wet or dry. $26.69 after 11% off. This Good Earth Lighting 46-inch LED motion sensing shop light starts instantly and can connect up to 5 fixtures. $53.39 after 11% off. Start saving with 11% off everything now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Social distancing and family quarantines are a jarring reality for kids. It's a big adjustment, so it's important that we adults do what we can to help them navigate this new normal. Encourage your kids to ask questions and give them honest, age-appropriate answers. Show them things that they can do to regain some control. And above all, reassure them that their safety is your top priority.
Now more than ever, SSM Health and News 3 Now encourage you to take time for kids.
Get more help with your laundry at the Laundry Cleanup Sale now at the Brothers Maine. Save time and money with the latest in laundry from Whirlpool, Maytag, and Amana with 0% financing for up to 18 months. Get even more help with free delivery on washer-dryer pairs and our risk-free 30-day price and satisfaction guarantee. That's why we're the More Store. It's the Laundry Cleanup Sale with more selection, more savings, and more help with your laundry. Only at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
Sometimes distance isn't the only barrier between you, your friends, and your loved ones, which is why TDS works tirelessly to provide you with the fastest, most reliable internet so you can stay strong, stay connected, and keep your world together. TDS, the best internet for how we live.
When America needed us to build, we built. Masks, ventilators, shields. When frontliners needed support, Ford dealers answered. And now we're open and ready to serve you. With special offers like 0% financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup. Stop by a Ford dealership or go online. We've made it safer to shop, easier to buy. Now get 0% financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup. Contact your Ford dealer or stop by today.
The 17th Annual Madison Area Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns, featuring newly constructed homes in 5 of Dane County's most sought-after neighborhoods. The newest trends, tech, and designs. Visit MadisonParadeOfHomes.com for more information.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, a landmark ruling from the Supreme Court says employers cannot fire someone for being gay or transgender. Plus, the mayor of Atlanta announces changes to the city's use of force policies in the wake of the shooting of Rashad Brooks. We hear from the victim's family tonight. And we're going to end with a sweet story as senior care facilities are on lockdown. Technology bringing us closer together. That's all tonight on the CBS Evening News.
A South Carolina deputy who saved a choking baby's life is now that little girl's godfather.
The family surprised Deputy William Kimbrough with the honor nearly a year to the day after he saved the choking infant during a traffic stop. The family reunited with Kimbrough for Riley's first birthday, and then about a week later, they surprised him by making him part of the family.
That's
oh,
very
that's
cool.
very sweet. Nice story. Now let's head over to Gary with a final check of the weather.
Just pretty quiet out there. You can see very little rain anywhere around the Midwest. Most of the rain showers are up in northern Minnesota, moving away from us. Temperatures right now pretty comfortable, mainly mid to upper 70s, upper 60s closer to Lake Michigan, but the humidity levels are down. Notice the dew point temperatures in the 30s and 40s. That's unusually dry for the middle part of June. So look for more sunshine. Temperatures dropping into the lower 50s tonight, high temperatures tomorrow, middle 80s, and then we'll be in the upper 80s for Wednesday and Thursday. Humidity levels come back, leading some thunderstorm chances from Thursday night through the weekend, and then lesser chances for rain next week. Temperatures stay warm, though.
All right, Gary, thanks. We'll be back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. Stay tuned now for the CBS Evening News.